Hey, how's it going? How's everybody doing? A little bit of a quick, exciting video today. At least I'm excited because I actually went out and spoiled myself and bought a few things unintentionally, actually. Well, I didn't unintentionally buy them. I just wasn't going out to actually buy anything, and I ended up buying three items. And my wife's going to kill me, but uh, it comes with the territory when you're collecting movie collectibles and shit like that. So yeah, if you want to subscribe, help me get up to 1,000 subs. I kind of collect subscribers as well, so that would be pretty cool. Like, comment, I'll do all that fun stuff after you watch the video, and we'll just get into this. First thing I'll talk about here, it's kind of the black sheep of the trio of things I bought. But this Alice Cooper figure from McFarlane. This came out in 2000, and it was a really cool figure. I always wanted some kind of an Alice Cooper figure to put up on the shelf, and I saw this after a while. Like, I've never been openly actively looking for something, but it was one of those things. If I saw something really cool, I might grab it. I've seen a few in the past I didn't get. I saw the McFarlane Music Maniacs version, but I ended up getting an Aussie one instead, which I'm quite glad. Especially, I bought it just probably about 2 weeks before Ozzy passed away, so interesting timing on that one. But I'm really glad I opted for the Aussie one instead. But anyway, this is a pretty solid looking figure. Comes from said McFarlane, 2000 or 2001, because I'm going to say 2001 because both dates are on the box. I think it might have been originally done in 2000 and then maybe a re-release or something in 2001. I'm not entirely sure, but it is a really good figure. When I first saw it on the shelf, the price, I was like, okay, that's moderately priced for a McFarlane and with a lot of details. Sorry about the light dark bullshit, but anyway. And then when I actually got it home and I was able to take a better, closer look, I was really impressed with everything it came with: the background stand, the guillotine, the sword, the crutch, the decapitated Alice head, the basket, the top hat. Like, there's just a lot going on in this box, and I really like it. I'm so happy when I much more happier than like when I first saw it. I was like, oh wow, no way, that's really cool. And then when I saw what's actually in it, it almost looks like an early version of Movie Maniacs when they're doing the Movie Maniacs. Sorry, Music Maniacs, when they're doing the early Movie Maniacs, because the packaging is exactly the same as I will get to on something else I just bought. It's the exact same style packaging, the bubble and the box itself. A little bit of the guillotine is string is hanging out the bottom, but that's okay because honestly, I didn't pay a lot for this, so I'm probably going to open it. I'm not going to lie. I haven't decided yet, but I'm 90% at least positive I'm going to be opening this up and putting it on display once I find space. I'm doing a lot of reorganizing now, so it's going to be it's going to look a lot cooler. And then by the time the weather is nice, or not the well, the weather will be nice eventually. I can't wait. But when the days are long enough and late enough that I can start filming in front of my display, in front of my museum, that would be even exciting, and it's going to look a little bit different, and I'm really looking forward to that. But this is really going to look good on the shelf. Like, there is just so much going on there. Like, that spider web in the background, that's the back piece. That's what it looks like. I'm not sure, I gotta stand up for this, but that's what it looks like. I think it's probably a little blurry in the image here, like on the screen, but yeah, it's going to look really cool. I'm really excited about opening this up and displaying it. That's how I know it's. I'm 99%. Forget the 90%. I'm 99% certain that that will be opened and on display. So up next, I got two new figures. These are from this one's from 1998, I believe. This is, I think, McFarlane's first run of Movie Maniacs. I know they've done a few different versions of Movie Maniac displays. I think the most recent one, it's a card that sits inside of a base, and it has like the movie or whatever, has a poster or a picture in the background, and has the logo of the movie, the font or whatever you want to call it, on the base. I know I on my nose. I'll let you know. I have two. I have Scarface and Peter Jackson's King Kong. of that. I was thinking I have one more, but I can't think of it. But I also know the run before that it was very similar. Had a curved background and then a little thing you put in front of it that said the name of the movie, and then the figure and a little like kind of a cool base that it went on. But that was the earlier second last run. That's what I'm trying to say. My mind's all over the place. But yeah, I finally found the bloody version of this Leatherface. I have the clean version. That was probably one of the first collectibles that I ever bought. I think I bought it for $15 at HMV in Toronto, and I didn't realize that there was a bloody version until I went to the store. I bought all three of these at Treehouse Collectibles in the east side of downtown Toronto, on the east end. I think it's Donland Station. You get off, it's on Donland Street. So if you're ever in the neighborhood and you're into collectibles and you're in Toronto, one of the stores to check out. I did a video about all the stores I like to go to. So if you're bored and you're in Toronto and you like collectibles, yeah, just scroll down a bit and find that video. It's actually a pretty recent video too. So I mentioned them in that video. And so yeah, I got this. It's really cool. I did not know until I was watching a video after I bought these, because when I buy every time I buy a Gunnar Hansen Leatherface, I always want to go on YouTube and find other people's videos of their collections, and it basically educates me. Oh, do I have that? I don't have that yet. That's one to find. Or I also like to think about all the things I have that they don't have in their videos, which makes me feel a little bit proud. Like, oh, because my Gunnar Hansen collection is actually getting pretty big. So always makes me happy. Today I was watching, I wrote down because I wouldn't remember, but Halloween Fiend PDX. I think it was a video he did, or you did. If you're actually the one watching this video, hey, thank you very much. Here's a shout out, because I watched actually a couple of your videos, but the Leatherface one I watched and I was like, oh, wow, I just bought two of the things that are in your video, and I did not know that the Toonie Terrors collection, that there was two versions of the bloody Leatherface. So that was kind of cool to find out. Now I'm on the hunt for the second bloody version of Toonie Terrors, the older one. I think it was one you said you can only get. You had to order it or something to get it, but I'll keep my eye out. I might find it on Marketplace or something, or just happen to find it at Treehouse Collectibles. Who knows? Might pop up somewhere in the near future, hopefully. But the two first Leatherfaces you show in your video, or he showed in his video in Halloween Fiend PDX's video, were the two Leatherfaces I bought today. So it was just kind of interesting that when I went to look at the videos, it's like, hey, I just bought those. But yeah, so one of them was this, and I do have the clean one. The only difference, much like this is slowly starting to do, you can see that it's starting to yellow. The card is in pretty rough shape. I didn't pay a lot for this, by the way, so it wasn't really, but I am still going to keep it in the package and try and put it alongside of the clean version. But yeah, the card is in really, really rough shape. You can see it's not in good shape at all. It's got a lot of crinkles, and if you feel along here, you can look along there, you can see it's been retaped to get the bubble back on. Let's see on both sides, there's some tape there. But you know what? It's for the price I paid. I'm really not too concerned about it. I'm just really happy to have the figure, and maybe I'll find another one day in mint shape, in mint condition, that I can put on the shelf, and then I can actually open this one up and put it on display. And so yeah, the first time I ever saw this figure, it was much better shape. I believe it was also at Treehouse Collectibles, and I wanted to buy it, and I didn't realize that there was two variations. I just thought it was the same one I had, and then I was like, oh, but the bubble was, the shell was mint, like it was clear. And I was like, oh, I can put the new one on the shelf, which was still the one from that era, made in 1998, the 1998 release. And I could put that on the shelf, and mine that's yellowing, I could take it out of the package and put it on display. But then when I looked at mine, I'm like, wait, the one in the store had a lot of blood on it and a head, because I hadn't really looked at mine in a long time. It's been up on display. So I'm looking at it, and I'm like, holy crap, there's two versions. And I was so excited. And I went to the store the week later, went back there, and unfortunately someone had beat me to it. So, oh well. But I did find it eventually. A lot rougher shape, but I'm still proud and happy to have it up in my collection. And the third thing about today, this is the Pretty Woman Leatherface. I'm just trying to look at the company. Oh, Real Toys. This is also NECA right there. So I figured it was NECA because it looks like the NECA doll packaging that they put their dolls in. And so yeah, these were the two that Halloween Fiend PDX had. I believe they're the first two he showed in his collection, and, and I was like, oh wow, I just bought these. And so this is in pretty good shape. There's a little, the side here, the flap on the side here is a little bit flimsy, and it has got some serious yellowing going on. But this is also from, I believe, 1998, I believe, 1999, around there. Oh no, sorry, 2005. So, and I think the pose in the box looks a little bit funny, but I guess that's how you get, they're able to get them in the box and not without having the bubble have to be out to here. But that's all right. I'm really glad I found this figure. The first time I ever saw this, there's a store in downtown Toronto. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a massive store that sells horror movie DVDs and like underground DVDs, mainstream stuff. It's a really cool store. It reminded me a lot of Suspect Video when Suspect Video still had their store going on. And I saw this on the shelf, and I asked, I go, oh, how much is Leatherface? And, oh, it's not for sale. Like, oh, they had toys all over the place. Like, the place was just ram full of movies. Hi, Lemmy. Ram full of movies that I'd never seen and even heard of, but I was like, oh, wow, what is this? What is it? I was just like, you know, my eyes were this big, but I'm not really into buying DVDs anymore, especially with all the streaming services going on, unless it's something I really, really want, that I want and need in my collection that I've been searching for. But generally speaking, most of my DVDs are now going to CD wallets, and even more of them are going to be going into wallets to make room for, well, toys. But yeah, I went there and they had toys everywhere too, and I was so excited. It's like, oh, how much is that? Like wondering everything. They had I think it was a skateboard deck of The Shining, and I was just like, holy shit, that I want. But all the toys and everything else were the people that work there and the people that own the store. It was from their own collection that they just had up on display. So it was a little bit disappointing in that, but it was also kind of cool to go in and see all the stuff that they have. But anyway, yeah, so back to this figure. It is a really cool looking figure. It's got the armadillo in there. Like, this is the Pretty Woman chase scene at the end of the film. I have two other Pretty Woman figures, and also my pillow on the other side's the Pretty Woman mask. I got the other NECA, the doll version. That's I think it's like they're the 8-inch figures. I have that hanging up on the wall, and then the most recent Toonie Terrors Leatherface that I also have. But it's got the armadillo in there. It's got, you know, it's pretty screen accurate. It looks good. And this one here will also stay in the box. It's really disappointing when the packaging starts to yellow like that, but it is what it is. And I guess unless you're keeping them out of the light 100%, it's going to happen. Or maybe it just comes with aging. Maybe it's the type of plastic being used at the time, because a lot of the newer figures I have that have been on display for years haven't yellowed, except for one or two different things here and there. But anyway, yes, I did spoil myself, and you can see too, going back to what I was going to say, the packaging it's the same style packaging for both. So, but I don't think they were called Music Maniacs yet. McFarlane Toys, it's an Attitude. Yeah, so that wasn't a thing yet, but they were still doing music characters. And just a little added bonus, if I didn't say this already, that's actually Todd McFarlane's head right there. So it's kind of a little nod to himself, or unless he didn't know it and they just threw it in for fun to see what he would say when it was packaged. I mean, he owns a company. I don't really look into what his role is. Does he sculpt? Does he just come up with things? I don't know. But either way, I'm a collector. I love McFarlane Toys. I love NECA. I love all the ones that are cool, even the shittier ones I like. But anyway, that's it for this video. If you watched it all the way, and if you're a Leatherface fan, Gunnar Hansen Leatherface in particular, yeah, talk in the comments. Things you got, things I should be on the look for, things I have. Maybe you've seen them in other videos. I've done a few Leatherface videos. I will likely be doing an update of all my Leatherfaces in the coming months, since the last one I did was around August, and I've gotten a few things more so than just these items here since then. And hopefully by the time I do a video, I will have a few more things. Unless my wife's watching this, and no, I won't be buying any more. In fact, I'm going to be donating a lot of stuff. Not really. Anyway, if you watch this all the way, thank you so much. Like, comment, do all that fun stuff. And until the next one, bye.